am Mayan DM. Gil, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. This is a good way for me to wake up. There's a little rando here. Yeah, game three. This is a quarterfinal match in the Challenge Cup. Pi took game one, Knucks took game two, and we have a standard boot seed this afternoon.
This is the mode that has tended to produce most of the horrifying jet seeds for the tournament.
I know, it's funny you say that because the last standard boot seed that I commed was like almost 2 hours.
It was nearly 2 hours. I
Yeah.
remember that one. But generally, because it can hand you a progression item that you might not otherwise find in a timely manner, like a bow or a hammer or a fire rod, those are really the big ones. But it's one thing that you can probably mark off the list fairly early. You could also get kind of that boring sword start. Maybe you get the interesting bomb start or the slog of one of the cane starts. But yeah, those are the...
Samari's not too bad.
Samari's not too bad. It's just not quick.
But yeah, bombs is the only one that I would be less thrilled to see, personally. The rest of them are all pretty... I mean, there are obviously bomb strats, but, you know, the guards can be a little finicky sometimes if you don't know them exactly, so... But we are going to get underway here now, and we will see shortly what we're going to start with.
Hop out of bed, grab 20 bucks. Yeah, you know, you never know what you're going to need to buy when you go out on an adventure. So, yeah, take your money with you.
Alright, and the uncle has deemed fit to give us bombs. Alright, this is the interesting one.
Okay, 10 explosives. As long as you're decent with them, you'll have bombs left over for Kakariko Village, and everything's good, even if bombs come out of 0 chests between here and there.
Yep, I mean, if you're using them efficiently, you should only need to use 6 bombs throughout escape, so... we will see. And if you run out, the game is kind enough to give you a little refill if you end up dying and having to start over again.
I think it gives you a whopping 3 at that
I
point.
believe that is the case, yes.
I'll say that I could speak from experience, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Seeing as I got knocked out of this tournament a month or so ago, so yeah, I have not played a whole lot of Standard lately.
Same. Alright. I struggling a bit here with this. So
everybody's going on adventures,
yeah.
But Knucksman gets through it a little more cleanly.
The slow strat, you can do that very slowly if you just trap the guard behind the chest there and place a bomb on the chest. That'll guarantee you get your 2 hits. It'll take a little bit longer than the fast strat, but it is pretty safe to do it that way.
Given the adventures that both of our runners had there, I don't know that the slow strat really would have lost them any time.
Yeah, in that case, probably not.
Oh, the guards are in the high value pack here, and
Nice lamp.
That's not where a lamp is supposed to go, game.
Okay, yeah, Knucks doing things the slow way here as Pi is, but again, safe. You'll get it done that way.
When you've already had the adventure in map room, you're starting to look at that bomb counter and keeping an eye on the upcoming key rat and thinking,
yes,
maybe I should make sure that I have the equipment that I need to kill that.
I mean, the best way to do the key rat is just suicide into the key rat, honestly.
Yeah, the only real problem is when you have 2 of them that start over on the left-hand side,
yeah,
and you think you've got the key rat figured out, and, well, it's actually the other one, then, yeah, that can be a little more interesting.
Alright, well, we can begin our climb back up the dungeons here. So yeah, like I said, this is currently top 8 of the Challenge Cup. Both runners making it. Well, Did both? I don't know if I know Pi had a bye in round one. I don't know if Knucks did.
Knucksman had a bye.
So maybe a little bit longer of a path here for Knucks to get to this point, but both runners very good, clearly making it this far, looking to secure a spot in the top 4 against. I don't know if it's been decided who the opponent will be here yet. This is the kind of thing that I should have checked before starting to com.
I think the other side of this was Alex Jess versus Adirondack Rick.
Yes, and Alex did take that one. Yes, so the winner here will move on to face Alex in the semifinals.
Meanwhile, I think the other side is Darkened Sky and Yuki Kaze looking at a Game 3 later, and Kayston and Specky Specs, the recently disallowed clip finder, all of whom are playing later at different times. I think they're all going to be on the ZSR family of channels, so if you're not getting enough Challenge Cup here, don't worry, there's more.
That is also the case, and Specky is also Game 3, so lots of matches on the line here.
Kayston, a main tournament runner from last year, also the person who put me out of this tournament, put me out of my misery bright and early.
I believe Alex also was main tournament last year too, so there's a lot of strong runners at the top of the bracket here.
In fairness, so was I, but that didn't keep me from losing immediately.
Oh, okay. I did get the right.
He got it. Sometimes those explosions can be a little questionable. Not always. Not always.
Mini Moldorms when you're trying to do bomb strats in Mini Moldorm Cave. But yeah, just to show how tricky the bomb escape can be. So usually you're looking at a normal escape with a sword. Well, I guess we don't have boots. We do have boots, yeah. So with a sword, you're looking for like a 5.5 minute escape, roughly. And we see both runners taking slightly over 6 minutes here. So it just goes to show that the bombs are definitely a bit trickier than your other options.
Yep, Knucks out with a handful of seconds lead there. Yeah, that is what it is. We don't even have a map check yet, I don't think, so there's a long way to go in this one.
Oh, okay, there's our sword.
Now it's just casual boots.
Almost casual boots, yeah.
Casual boots, but you got some free bombs for Kakariko Village. Easy game.
I caught a pendant at Eastern and a crystal at Hare. I didn't quite see
Crystal
Desert
at
there.
Desert as well.
Okay. A little extra cash, that's good. We'll make sure we have bottle vendor money.
Yeah, tier 2 tree pull for 20 bucks. Why not?
It looks like 20 bucks on the lumberjack, so yeah.
Pi's gonna make sure the stairs work. The stairs work.
You can never be too sure. Sometimes you gotta double check.
Could be a fake staircase.
So yeah, so far
staircase and you find Ganon.
Yeah, I wish. Make cross keys a lot easier when Ganon's back there. So yeah, so far no items we've picked up have. The bombos is nice to have, the lamp is nice to have, but nothing really pointing us in any particular direction yet. So hoping to find something in Kakariko that'll say, hey, go here next.
I would like to point out to both of our runners that trying to dodge that item to the right will never save you time.
Yeah, always to the left. And even then, sometimes you don't dodge it. Oh, nice tier 1.
Yeah, that tier 1 gets the job done. It looks like Knucks killed enough things that he was on tier 2 again. Which isn't really a problem for him. He managed to preserve one more bomb from that starting 10 pack than Pi did, so he's going to have 3 for this anyway.
Yep. And we're pretty likely to find a couple more along the way here.
And you've got the boots to check the race game if it really comes down to that, so it's not as though you need more. You can just buy them on your way out of the village as well,
Yeah.
assuming that you wind up with enough money for bottle vendor, and then, well, 50 left over there. Easy game, yeah.
And a mushroom.
Easy game. Oh good, a mushroom.
I don't know what these runners will do, but I am turning in that mushroom immediately after I finish Kakariko.
I have my suspicions about early mushrooms as well. I'll get that off of a very quick save and quit there at some point.
Makes it easy to save scum that way too if you want to go that route.
Looks like Pi may have edged back into the lead here on the quote-unquote strength of not setting up an additional Tier 2 tree pole, so... That could have been an advantage for Knucks, and then all the cash money came out in cash.
Yeah, there was no shortage of money. Although, I mean, Knucks is going to have Zora money here as well. Pi's going to be slightly short. And Zora is now suddenly in Logic, so...
Yeah, the possibility exists.
Oh, just wait for the bomb. Pi, I gotta... Both of them. No, you place the bomb and you toss the bomb up, so you don't have to wait. Man, everyone is just being wildly dangerous here. Okay, this is fine.
And see, there's the free bailout now. Pi has Zora money as well,
yes.
So LOL. Like I said, Kakariko Village.
Easy game. Honestly, I mean, we got that glove too, but other than a bunch of cash, not a ton going in here.
I'll take the glove. The glove's pretty good.
It is. It gives us 2 chicks on the mountain and Zora.
Given how little was here, I'm personally blind running this race game. Looks like Pi doesn't agree with me. As well, he might not. And he's right. Look at that.
Yeah, I agree with Pi there. I'm usually not a blind runner in open or regular modes. If it was keys or something like that, I would definitely do it. Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, Pi getting that mushroom ready. Nope, Pi not getting that mushroom ready. It looked like he was going to do it. I think he should have done it. Knucks is going to go for it.
Yeah, I like getting that out of the way bright and early.
Chances are it's not really going to get a whole lot faster for you, at least early game, so you might as well just do it now, otherwise you potentially risk orphaning, let's say, like a hookshot up here to give you a bunch of access on the mountain.
Yeah, that's one, or a mirror.
Or a flute.
Or a flute.
See, you're never going to get that flute to get easy access to the mushroom now. So that is a good pickup for Knucks. Going to save a little time here over Pi, who is going to be dashing to Ice Rod Cave after this mini Molarm. And that's actually, see, that is actually kind of a dangerous thing for Pi, because flute is absolutely something that Pi is not going to need very early and could end up putting that mushroom off for a while.
Mm-hmm. Especially now that he has those mitts and that hookshot.
Yeah, nice mountain access. Oh, nice Aga access. Okay, great. Let's just do everything and never get the flute. I mean, maybe Myers a pendant. We don't actually need the flute. It's possible. But, I mean, Knucks is going to save some time in general over the course of the seed, having that flute just via travel options.
Travel options are nice. We like those.
By setting up a water walk here to go to the Zora area.
I'm a completionist-minded kind of person. I generally will fake flipper to the hobo here and then use the water walk out to go, because with no moon pearl especially...
Yeah, this is... I don't know about this from Pi. This is...
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I think
Unless
if you're gonna do what he did, you just orphan hobo in this situation is the way that I would do this. Oh, nice boots, dude. Okay, so he's just gonna ignore... Alright, I would be... That's fine, but I would be a little concerned given that Zora itself is in logic.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the mountain is looking rather enticing for Pi, so I also don't blame him for wanting to head up there.
Although I guess with those mitts and he wants to check King's Tomb here, he can just run over and turn that mushroom in now. That's also he can do.
That's true. Oh, Pi is never getting that flute.
Pi forever. Nope, there we go.
Yeah, no, I mean, you
Pi
have
flute.
all of Light and Dark Death Mountain available to you now. Like, yeah.
And you can do just a gigantic loop of regular Dark World starting from the village. Gonna go up the mountain first, which is totally fine.
Best hope for Pi now is to find the mirror and then have the mushroom turn in looped in with a catfish check.
With catfish into the Zora area.
Yeah. Looks like Knucks deciding to set up the fake flipper here, so we'll probably be doing Zora area as well.
I don't know, did Knucks arm the water walk? I was admittedly looking at the other screen.
I was as well, I assume, but I'm not entirely sure.
Because if so, he's doing this the way that I would be inclined to do it, where you flake flipper here and then you just jump south off of this, and you've got your water walk armed and you dash around a little bit.
That would be the way to go. Yep, there it is.
And as long as you don't get the refill off of a piece of heart in the waterfall cave, everything's fine.
Meanwhile, old man holding an ice rod. So, no ice rod hunt today.
That's nice. Who likes those? Get these waterfall checks, $20, and piece heart. Not making him swim.
Yeah, so we will not be able to get the ledge item here if this is something. So, I mean, that may have gone through Pi's mind as well, not wanting to potentially orphan that. It is a bottle, which is interesting.
Potentially. There are more out there somewhere, though. Maybe Zora's vanilla flippers.
Gross. Oh, Kane. Nope, Zora is $20. Hey, Pi could sequence break into Ice Palace.
Ooh, that's fun. Not sure that I want to sequence break into Ice Palace with no hammer. That seems pretty spicy, but
just
you never
saying
know.
It's possible. Oh, there's another one of those bottles that you were just talking about. Knucks about to get that moon pearl. See, Knucks also jettisons up the mountain. Probably. I mean, it's easily the densest. Oh no, Knucks gonna go straight into the Dark World right now. Okay. I mean,
interesting.
Thieves Town is clearable, beatable, I should say. It's not clearable.
Some of it may just be wants to get the map check in. Yeah, we've got a green pendant on Skull. We've got pendant ice, 5-6 at Mire and Pod.
So yeah, Pi is going to need that flute at some point. It's just a matter of how long does Pi wait to check that, hoping to find a flute before he checks it.
Yep, and now he's seen the powder on the Lonely Peak there. So knows that a mirror is going to be required if he wants to put the thoughts of a fake powder to bed.
Magic Bat never has anything anyway.
Yeah, Bat never has anything anyway.
I do
that
think
just doesn't happen.
that some people are a little too concerned about fake powder occasionally when they do runs. I mean, it's nice to have the option, but like we were discussing before, an early mushroom always is very suspicious to me.
And not only that, but in the early game, it's even easier to put yourself in a position where I'm hot off a save and quit. I can just go and check this really quick, and then I know whether or not I can hold on to it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Knucks checking the stun prize. That looked like sticks in the very brief second it was on the screen.
Yeah, not too useful here.
Not one of the more ideal stun prizes, certainly.
Honestly, it's probably the worst. Pi finding a hammer is... I mean, so Pi is finding all the items in the overworld, which is theoretically good, because you'll just be able to start knocking out dungeons, but the problem is Pi is then going to be full clearing those dungeons looking for a flute that is just sitting on the mushroom.
Hive Simulator overlay was over that. I think it was Quake, but I'm not sure.
It looked like Quake to me. Blue mail. Another bottle. And nothing. Alright, so you've got a hammer, you've got a glove, you've got a hook shot. You still don't really have a clearable match.
Well, he could have saved quit Mountain and gone and cleared Crystal Hera. That's a logically clearable dungeon.
That is, yeah. That is a long walk back up there, though.
Yeah, that's a long trip for not a whole lot, probably.
Oh, are we really fake powder? I mean, this could be good. This might mean that Pi is going to go turn in that mushroom here.
That looked like a heart container on bumper ledge.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's see if this fake powder gambit was worthwhile.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but, you know, it could be. Ooh, bombs.
Oh, baby.
Alright, so the good news here is that Pi is still cognizant of the mushroom, so it's still awkward for him to get to, but given the opportunity, it seems like he will turn it in sooner rather than later. It's just a shame he's in Kakarika right now. It'd be a perfect opportunity to activate that flute.
To turn the flute on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do what you can't do.
We'll see if Pi decides to start in the front of Skull Woods. Knucks did that. Turned up nothing. I think with this many items, Skull Woods being a pendant, yeah, it looks like Pi's just gonna skip it. I kind of like that play here.
Yeah, I'm not against it. The only problem in situations like that is when you've got the fire rod in the front of Pendant Skull Woods, because then when do you ever go get it?
I have been in those situations, and you just say, well, what are you gonna do?
You say, I hope my opponent is not a compulsive front of Skull Woods checker.
Hope my opponent is not Dunka.
See, if my opponent is Dunka, I have more problems than that.
Flipper's there in the front of Thieves Town, so Ice Palace no longer out of logic. And fully completable. It's a pendant, but, you know.
Yeah, especially for Pi already having that hammer in the inventory.
Yeah, I'm still a little surprised that Knucks decided to avoid the mountain for so long, but, I mean, might be waiting for, a hammer or a mirror to be able to beat Hera while he's up there the first time.
Yeah, try to make sure you can do the whole thing at one fell swoop and only eat the one mountain climb, potentially. That
Also,
feels really good when it happens. You just go up there, you clear Turtle Rock, you mirror right in front of Ganon's Tower, clear Tower of Hera, you pop right back out, and then the tower opens up for you.
Yeah.
It's really nice when it works, but yeah, not going to work this time.
So, yeah, I mean, we talked earlier about how this mode can be relatively jetty, and looking at the item loadouts between the two players here, I mean, we need a bow, we need a fire rod, we need a mirror, and then at least Quake. Between the two runners.
And some form of way into desert, whether that overlaps with the mirror or the book.
Or, yeah.
What did we get? A couple items in the front here?
It was 2.
I think it was a heart to go along with the flippers. I could be wrong about that.
It's a fun little tip in the attic here. It's faster to throw the bomb first and then open the chest. Does require dodging of some crickets, but then you can open the chest while the bomb is exploding instead of having to wait for it.
Our tracker is calling us out. We've got the bug net was the other item in the front.
Oh, how could I miss the fillet?
I don't know. It's too early for fillet. I need more like a granola bar or something right now.
There's a heart container, so 50-50 shot that we are leaving an item in the big chest. On Knucks' side, we don't. Pi will be able to get it.
Yeah, I may be able to lose time when it's just a dungeon item in the big chest.
That's right. Take that, hammer waiters.
And that way, just get punished.
On the flip side, if this is something important, I mean, Pi is just suddenly massively in the lead. That could be important.
That could be important. It may also not be important.
It might not.
Have to wait and see.
It's a mystery. We won't know until Pi gets that stupid flute.
It's entirely possible that Knucks decides to just go over there and have a look really quick and grab the 2 items out of Meyer Shack and then continue on his way.
I would actually like that a lot. I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. See what your medallion is, just so you have that info when you're a bit later in the seed and you don't know if you're 1 or 2 items away from go mode.
Knucks does still have a few things to do, though. We're going to get through Dig Game and then the southern loop sweep down through Tripe Cave at a bare minimum.
I mean, he's got the flippers, too. He could continue this all the way to Pod if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Ether will remain a mystery for a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, if Meyer entrance is Ether, that is going to be a very rough spot for Knucks.
It's one of those ones, and like a lot of gambles, it's fine to make it. You just have to understand.
Sometimes it's going to burn you.
Yeah, that sometimes it's going to burn you, or when are you willing to go back for it?
Yeah. And
if you make that gamble early enough, and then you find the hammer in a relatively easily accessible location, which way do you want to play it?
Yeah, I mean, and like to be perfectly fair, like if I routed this way too, I'm doing the exact same thing Knucks did. Like I am a serial thieves clearer without hammer because I just don't care. Like it's
nope. That as many gambles as I am unwilling to make, that's one that I'm okay with making it.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes hammer's just sitting in blind cell.
That too.
Type cave. Nothing.
Tripe Cave.
Yeah, not surprising given the loadout we already have. There's not a whole lot of items left to be in there.
Yeah, there are a handful of things, but there's not much left to work with.
This does look like a trip all the way to Pod here for Knucks, so, or at least to Pyramid Legend Catfish. Might avoid Pod here. Pod is a little... That's a long trek for what could potentially be just one item.
Yeah, I would expect this to be the Pyramid Catfish play, especially having already, in Knucks' case, cleared out the Zora area. There's not really anything else that draws you over there, so why not just knock it out on the end of this route, save and quit, which is what you're going to do from whatever the end of this loop is anyway.
I could also see doing Pyramid to Pod here, leaving Catfish with Dark World checks for when you get the mirror as well.
Possible.
Well, get rewarded with sword number 4, half an hour into the game. Alright, sure, why not?
Sub 30-minute butter sword, terrible seed confirmed.
Oh, looks like we are going to Pod. Alright.
Yeah,
Somebody is believing.
Yeah, we like the Pod play, okay.
If I'm Pi, I might do this. With the entire mountain, I don't know if I love this from Knucks.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Pi has a lot fewer locations left now where something like a bow can be to make this a more appealing play. Knucks, with the entirety of Light and Dark Mountain sitting there in front of him, less Hera because he doesn't know the hammer's up there, is...
Right.
Yeah, there's just too much up there. I don't know how he continues to resist.
I mean, maybe Knucks finds Quake and Fire Rod in here and then just gets to clear TR the first trip up the mountain.
Yeah, could be.
See how Pi decides to do this one. And survey says not bow locked. Pi also going to take that sword number 4.
I'm not surprised. It makes a lot of fights just a little more free.
Yeah, it'll, speeds up your try next fight. Speeds up your cold stare. Well, we might not do cold stare. Speeds up your vitreous fight if you don't have silvers. Alright. I gotta check Catfish here. Can't mirror, so this is going to be a save and quit. Not quite. Best case scenario for Pi here is save and quit, check Mushroom.
Show me Vanilla Quake.
About a heart piece. That's the best I can do.
That was substantially more likely, yes, but not nearly so interesting.
Alright, front of Pod living up to its name of just having keys. Pi is gonna check the shovel.
Palace of Keys, Palace of Keys. I like the keys so much, I bought the palace.
Yeah, no bottle on Knucks' side, so not gonna go ahead and can't push on Lock Glitch or anything. How about $300?
Yeah, how about more cash money?
Alright, Pi, go check Mushroom. Yes, quick swap to Mushroom. There we go. See if we can find something for Knucks in this pod. How about a Quake?
How about a Quake? Quake's pretty good.
That is pretty good. And this could, this is good for Knucks now, potentially, too, if our only accessible bow is in TR. Pi might hold off on Pod until finding a bow, kind of, so... A lot of nasty locations for some items in this seed.
It does feel like both of them are starting to run those locations down between them, though. We do have that TR outstanding. We've got Meyer area outstanding. And Yeah, ice, I guess. We've got logical ice.
So, Pi
Logical
filling up on
obey.
some blue potions here. I don't know if that means an ice play. Is going to go ahead and check the Zora area. I don't think this is the way to do this. I think you go activate your flute and then flute to 8 if you really want to do this, but... Sure.
I guess in fairness to this play, you're safe quitting out of the Zora area anyway. So
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm sure somebody who is a substantially harder tryhard than I am has timed that out and knows exactly what that time difference looks like. But to me, to kind of the eyeball test, it seems okay.
So, Knucks, I mean, pulling that Quake out of Pod is a pretty big deal, because the thing is, Knucks is going to have to make the decision now. So Knucks will be able to dip into TR the first trip up the mountain. Might not be able to get that far, depending on the key layout, but does have the option to at least go in, because we know that the cane is in Paradox, but looks like we're going to get a Saha and potentially an Eastern check here first? I have to assume this is just Saha.
Maybe. Again, with how long Knucks has put off the mountain, I'm beginning to wonder if this is just the play.
Yeah, could be committed to just skipping it. I mean, if that's the case...
No, the flute's coming back out, never mind.
Yeah, so we can flute to 8 and go to Ice Palace.
Or flute to 6 and check out the Meyer Shack.
I do like the Meyer check here before that, honestly. But nope, now is when we go up the mountain. Okay. So Knucks gonna get their cane, gonna get their hammer, clear out all this stuff. Let's see where Pi takes this flute. Especially with that ether. If I'm Pi, I'm checking that Meyer immediately. Because, I mean, Meyer is beatable for Pi if he can get in.
Oh, look. Well, that's a thing.
That is spicy. We do not have access to that yet, though. We need a mirror or a book first.
And here we are, casual 36-minute Sphere 1 location check. Knucks has also not done this.
No, I thought Knucks did this. Maybe not.
Nope.
Bombs, okay.
Yeah, just 3 bombs. It's fine.
Alright, so probably gonna flute back to 6, I would assume.
I do appreciate the pre-equip of the Ether Medallion here.
Yeah, get ready to go right in. Alright, let's see. This is a big deal here for Pi. No, it is Quake. Alright, so...
Quake everywhere. Alright, so Pi is going to have to find his way into Pod here at some point.
I mean, that bow will definitely... If you can get that bow, that would definitely put you to Pod. But...
Yep, there's that red cane for Knucks.
But yeah, Knucks definitely doesn't know it, but breathing a sigh of relief right now. So this is going to be Saha from Pi. I mean, may try Pod here. Although, the thing is, now that Pi knows where that bow is...
He's even more likely to try and dodge the bow dungeons.
Yeah, although, to be fair, he did also pick up potions, so could potion unlock glitch if he's worried about that. But, yeah, I mean, you're probably thinking, man, it'd be great if I can just...
I expect he... maybe just...
The thing is, where does Pi go otherwise?
Ice?
Pendant Ice? Ugh! I know I was talking about ice like 2 minutes into the scene,
Pendant
but...
Ice or non-clearable bow dungeons when you know where the bows are? I mean, it looks like non-clearable bow dungeons is going to be the answer.
I mean, he doesn't know it, but this is the right call. I mean, seems like the right call. I mean, our mirror might just be chilling in ice or something, but... Or the fire rod because, you know, jokes.
Yeah, now let's see if Knucks is going to go ahead and open at Turtle Rock.
I
Because
think
now is
you
the time.
100% have to go
nope,
in.
Nope.
I
We are
think
opening at the lower portal.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think you 100% have to go in here if you're able to.
And when you're sitting
Because
right in the
chances
middle
are
of a
pretty
siege,
good.
sometimes you stop and don't think about it, and then you get
Yeah,
up and
it's
oh,
true.
let me check this medallion. Oh, well, I could have gone in. Darn it.
But chances are pretty good you just get stopped by chain chomps anyway.
Yeah, probably. But then sometimes the fire rod is just in those two accessible checks.
Right? Or sometimes fire rod's on
Oh,
laser
right,
bridge.
he couldn't. The hammer was on the dark.
Oh, right, didn't know
Never
about
mind.
it.
Nux
Yeah,
is
yeah,
smarter
yeah.
than we are.
Yes.
I can read a tracker. There's not any reason at all why I'm already knocked out of this tournament.
Right. In that case, then, yeah, you don't really have a choice. Which makes it even grosser if the fire rod is just sitting in the front of TR.
Yep. Although, I guess, from Nux's perspective now, not only would he be able to loop back around and do Hera, but then he would also be able to make a couple of checks in Turtle Rock.
Oh, did we see TR as Ether? Did we see that wrong the first time?
Maybe?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, because it was partially obscured by Pi's, whatchamadongle emulator thing. There.
Oh, no, that is real bad.
And there is that potion camera unlock we were talking about for the pod trip here from Pi.
Pi, please, you dash up the left side, not the right side. Well, Nux is going to go ahead and check the Meyer. So Nux will be able to go in here and beat Meyer right now. So there is that. But unfortunately, like, that's a tall order to make the decision to go back into that Thieves Town for the big chest, given how many other things are available.
Yeah, that's where you start eyeballing something like Pendant Ice
Yep.
versus anything else.
I am 100% doing Pendant Ice before touching Thieves Town again.
Back for Thieves Town
Yeah.
big chest. Yeah.
You know, left side swap, like all kinds of things. What Nux needs to hope for now is that basically all the other items that he needs are in TR, and then it gets kind of funneled into that Thieves Town big check sooner rather than later. We will get to see Meyer here.
Seems likely we'll find at least one of the remaining 3 outstanding items that we don't know about yet, just kicking around in here.
Think so?
Yeah, probably.
With only 2 items in Meyer, maybe? Maybe. I mean, nobody's touched Eastern yet, so that's still on the table. Nobody wants to do Pendant Dungeons, so Eastern and Ice are still available. We have Mirrorless Smith Chain, which for some reason nobody wants to do.
Just do it. It's terrible, but just do it anyway.
Someday, we're going to teach Pi to bomb jump.
Someday you can learn a lot of things about this game, but today may not be that day.
But Pi has that Quake now, so probably also going to go back to Meyer. Clearable dungeon. It's a crystal. I would just beeline right back there. And then after this, honestly, I do think ice is probably the correct call.
I don't know, ice before going and doing a crystal dungeon you can full clear and then another crystal dungeon that you can't? On Pie's side?
What other crystal dungeon?
Tower of Hera, and then Turtle Rock.
Ooh, I don't know. The mountain climb, I would really try to pull that fire rod somewhere beforehand.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you believe in the rule of fire?
Kinda.
Kinda?
It's a tough call. I mean, I do try to minimize my mountain climbs as much as possible when I play, but I could see a case for either one for sure.
I haven't seen Knucks pull anything particularly interesting out of here yet.
You really got to work for items in Meyer. Doesn't like to give them up easy. Knucks did skip the fire-locked side, I believe.
Yeah, he did north, and north was a map.
Okay, so ignored cutscene chest. I think I would probably just full clear here. I mean, we're still multiple items away from go mode. And, like, you don't want to have to make the decision to come back in for cutscene chest, I don't think, because that is not a fun choice to make.
As much fun as doing Meyer too fast is, I don't want to do it any more than I have to.
Mm. We'll see what Pi chooses to do here.
Again, though, I'm a habitual overclearer, so...
No, I'm with you.
I don't necessarily recommend my playstyle.
If I can get everything in a dungeon, and I'm not, you know, go -1, I'm probably gonna do it.
I guess this Vitreous fight from Knucks is not going to be the freest thing in the world, even with the Butter Sword.
Yeah, I mean, Phase 1 shouldn't be too bad, but, you know, Phase 2 can still be a little tricky if you're not careful. Knucks does have a fairy in a bottle, so there's that as well.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Well, luckily, managed to take out most of the eyes there. It only takes 2 spins with Gold Sword to take out the eyes. So, cutscene chest did have an item, but it was only a heart container on Pi's side. Okay, don't do spins here. There's no point doing spins here.
Unless you really want to let that eyeball bounce on you. There we go.
And there's our second item. Cool. So, Meyer had nothing.
Yeah, I mean, red crystal, you can put that one in the bank, but yeah, other than that, not so much.
Alright, let's see. Who wants to go to Ice Palace? I know somebody wants to do it. Oh, Knucks is going to go back in for cutscene. See, this is why I don't necessarily agree with skipping it there.
With skipping it. If
yeah.
you're in a position where you're willing to go back in, then you're in a position where you're willing to do it the first time.
I think, again, if you're go -1, I think you can get away with this, but with
then you're just gambling that the
4 items still
is on the way.
Yeah.
4 items, maybe fine. Maybe that mirror is just in Desert Palace and we have to have the book. That possibility exists.
Yeah.
But it still looks like Knucks is going to be out of here first and be the first of the two runners to get to make whatever the next choice is. Because for all that we all like to complain about how long that screen sits there shaking, it's still faster than the entirety of Mire Basement.
Let's get their second item. Where do we want to go next?
That's a mountain start, but it doesn't mean much when you have the
Yeah,
flute. It's just
we're
the
pulling out a
convenient way to
flute
get
here.
hit points.
I don't know what this strat is from Pi on Vitreous, but it's not working very well.
I think this is the I don't want to burn my other potion, and so I'm trying to take care of everything safely and slowly.
Alright, Knucks is picking the plane to Ice Palace. I like it. Everyone's got that one dungeon that they're willing to go in earlier than everyone else, and for me it's Ice Palace, so I like this.
Ice Palace is a good choice. But that is Pi evening that crystal count up at 2, so they have 4 minutes and 30 seconds before my prediction from their race room is wrong and their horrifying 55-minute jet seed is over. No, this seed turned out to be scary for a different reason. There are some item locations in this that are not so great.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Pi's also going in ice, so, I mean, this is, even if nothing's here, this is actually good for Pi, because he's not gonna give up any time to Knucks for any particular items. And then after this, I mean, Pi kind of has to go up the mountain, I think.
Well, let's see. If he doesn't want to do that, he's got the mirrorless smith chain. He still has the Frontiskull Woods.
Yeah, like I said, he has to go up the mountain. Hey, French vanilla mail upgrade. Cool.
But what if it's a Grey Corvid seed and the mirror's just on the smith?
I hate it. I had a hook shot on mirrorless purple chest, like forced mirrorless purple chest in my ad keys match last night. That was great.
Nice. I hate everything about it.
Yeah, both players with extremely cursed Ice Palace palettes here. That was item number 3, wasn't it?
I think so, and Knucks thinks so too, because that was the pause and the stare at the menu, making sure there weren't any dungeon items that he was forgetting
ice not
about.
the answer either. So I mean, it could very well be Eastern. Eastern Skipper is in shambles right now. But Knucks is gonna go up the mountain and do Hera, looks like.
Yeah, and I would like this better from Pi, because Pi is going to have the ability to go into Turtle Rock after that, and well, we know that Knucks is not.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably Pi's next play after this. I still like the Ice Palace dip. It's relatively quick with the item loadout we have. No, I didn't know bombs knocked back the freezers.
No, they'll knock them back. It just doesn't do any damage.
Alright, if Pi has been counting, Pi has not been counting. Or Pi wants to play the ped game, which I don't know if I necessarily like here.
I mean, the book is still outstanding. You have no way to know. I guess the real problem with that choice is, what could possibly be on the ped that makes this worthwhile for...
Mirror is the only thing.
Mirror is literally the only thing. I guess unless there's a second bow out there somewhere, and then we could have a Paradox Seed.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is relatively... With Pi's loadout, this doesn't take a ton of time. But, yeah, I don't know. I still...
Both runners with the pause here on completely different cutscenes where you have a little time to stop and think.
Alright, what do we got? Mirrorless Smith Chain doesn't exist. Well, this is not a save and quit to the mountain, so this is probably going to be Smith Chain for Pi. Or Eastern? Or Smith Chain. Okay. And the good news for Knucks here is, honestly, the longer the Knucks goes without finding another piece of progression, the better. Like I was saying earlier, if everything's just behind TR, the Knucks is going to get funneled back to the Easttown Big Chest sooner rather than later.
Fairly quickly, and because Pi has chosen to at least start making the play against the possibility of Ped, he's given Knucks a little time that that Knucks kind of needs. The map to Tower of Hera. How about Big Chest? Big Chest is 10 sticks. Playing Ring Around the Rosie with a Spark.
Oops. That's why I don't even try that anymore. It just never works out for me.
I've gotten better at eyeballing it. You just accept the stair lag rather than canceling it and hold down right out of the door, and it's a little easier to line up that way, I find. It's still not perfect, but that's because I'm bad at the video game.
Let's see, what do you have today, Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith, Mr. Worm. Oh, beer on Smith.
Okay.
The Great Corbin Seed. Okay.
Seed sucks.
Sure. Now what? Alright, so that...
I mean, you go to Swamp, right?
Man,
Or do you get the bow and you go finish
bow, finish
do desert?
pod, do desert, do like all the things. Pi is in really strong shape to just ABCD here, and instead
I mean, Pi needs Fire Rod, and then he's gonna go
into the Dark World.
He's gonna do Purple Chest. He's gonna finish this up.
Okay, I mean that's a choice you can make. I don't personally like that choice because
it's not terrible.
Given where you were, you can flute back to 3 and do this for exactly the same time cost later if ABCD doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, I don't hate this.
I kind of hate this.
Okay, well, Knucks heading into Eastern here.
Of course, now that I've said that I hate this, it's probably just going to be
Fire Rod. Yeah.
LOLOL, Pi is just in go mode.
Okay, I don't know why we're going back. Oh, because he wants to do K45. This I hate. I would actually just flute to 7, do this, and then do K45 and Bombos. Well, K45 probably with Swamp.
Meanwhile, we've got the Pendant Eastern Palace play from Knucks, and he doesn't know it, but he badly needs a Fire Rod to be...
Yeah, if the Fire Rod's not in here, I think... Well, okay.
Okay.
Just go to your Pendant Dungeons. Alright, so, I mean, that is actually sort of very good, sort of good for Knucks. So the thing is, Pi is basically going to clear all these Crystal Dungeons before getting to Eastern. And might even do another mountain climb and dip TR before then.
Now, I think what happens is he's likely to pick that up after he clears pod.
You think? I would have a hard time convincing myself to go into a pendant dungeon when I have like 5 clearable crystal dungeons.
Would I, but he just grabbed purple chest, thought about fluting away with it, and then got back into the dark world so that he could check K45 on the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Pi is playing this a lot more thoroughly than either of us would. So I think if he's still missing Fire Rod after he finishes pod, which he will be, then he probably dips into Eastern before he goes up the mountain and gets super rewarded for it.
The benefit for... Oh, nice, dude. Okay, just go to Desert and get both your bows.
Lol. Okay. Sure. Sure, video game. Have it your way.
You think this Ganon fight's gonna be easy? I'm not sure.
I don't know. We could be in for that half-hour slog. You know, when the sword and the bow both break, and then you're trying to do the entire fight with the hammer.
Right, yeah, that's a fun one. So Pi will have the advantage of not needing to go any farther in Eastern. Once Pi gets that Fire Rod, they will be able to just bounce. Knucks, I would have... Knucks just has Smith... Well, Knucks can do back a Skull Woods. And can go back into pod without a bow?
I think this is Catfish.
Okay. Not sure I would do this first over Smith Chain, honestly, but okay.
Agreed, but here we are.
Is Pi not gonna beat Desert? What is happening here? Did we get both items in the front?
We got a bow, and I'm not sure, but it's crystal, so you gotta beat it.
I understand, yeah, but if there's still an item on land mode, it's 100% incorrect. Check board first here.
Nah, there was a heart
container.
container.
Oh, a heart container? Okay. Also, if it sounds like I'm being too critical of Pi, that's because he's my league teammate, so I'm here to heckle him. I'm not just doing it because I'm a jerk. I mean, I am, but but it's in jest, mostly.
Alright, Knucks, what's your play here?
I think it's got to be Smith Chain, right? Like, what else is Knucks? I mean, maybe you do back of Skull Woods first and then Smith Chain?
I think those are basically the options, so we're going to find out here really quick. And now this fight's just going to be super free because, well...
You say that.
Use the Ice Rod, you can do that. If you want to use the Silvers, you can
You say that it's going to be super free, but...
Okay, well, I was wrong. See, I've been playing a lot of the vanilla preset recently, so I've been doing this fight with regular sticks. So anytime you have silver arrows and half magic and an ice rod and a butter sword, that fight's going to be pretty free.
So land mode did have an item, so I have made a note to scold Pi later after the race.
All right,
so
probably
pod.
Swamp here.
So I wasn't counting items in pod. If there's an item on Helma, I'm pretty sure you just...
Yep, and then that way after Swamp you have the 2, 5, 6 crystals, and if you still don't have the Fire Rod,
then you just go Pyramid Fairy.
Go to Pyramid Fairy. And of course doing it that way would also put you in the more unenviable position of, do I really dip Pendant Eastern right now, having pod cleared before going and checking 6 items in Swamp?
So, yeah, Knucks is going to be able to go mode Swamp, which is, I mean, that's going to be a significant time save over Pi if Pi ends up doing left side.
comparatively, Pi is never going to kill the moth here.
And yeah, I'm sure Knucks is starting to look at their tracker, see the green squares dwindling, and seeing that Thieves Town still has one item left in it, and probably starting to get very nervous.
And this is the kind of time where you have to start thinking about backsies on that skip too, because you're in the area now.
Yep. Agreed.
If you don't do it now, you're
if not now, when?
If not now, it is literal hard last location. So
this is, yeah, legitimately the best time to do it. So if you are even thinking about doing it, you have to do it right now. And you might not be thinking about doing it. Like, I could 100% be like, yeah, you know what, I already know ahead of time I'm going to last location that. And Knucks is not. He's going for it. It looked like he was going to say, nah, forget it, but...
And this is going to be kind of dangerous, because all of a sudden he's going to pull this and he's going to have a full clearable Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's true, and we know that there's nothing in there. I mean, not that a full clearable, like a full clear TR versus a Go-Mode TR makes a huge difference, but it could potentially cost Knucks another mountain climb.
Yeah,
here.
it's that with the mountain climb and it not getting to skip what you otherwise could.
But this does make things interesting again. How soon does Pi get over to Eastern is the question. Because Knucks is definitely going to be able to go mode Swamp now. Did Knucks ever scout the Desert Ledge?
I believe he did.
Okay. I mean, you probably don't, even if you didn't, you probably don't leave it for
yeah,
that
he
long.
did, because I remember I was going to complain about Pi not trying to set up Spooky just in case, and not set up Spooky just in case, and then jumped off. And
funny that you think Pi knows how to do Spooky.
It's fine, it's a glitch, we should just ban it anyway.
Hard to argue. Alright, Knucks getting that. It looks like his... Oh, it looked like he was going to Death Warp and do Smith Chain, but decides to just save and quit, so that mirror is going to get left for a little bit longer, unfortunately.
Maybe, because he also saved and quit to the house.
I think it was an accident. It looked like he was trying to get to the mountain. The good news is that, I mean, Knucks is going to be able to avoid all those stupid mirror checks, right? So he's not going to have to worry about K45, or, Graveyard Ledge, or Swamp, or anything like that. But
or Bumper Ledge, if Pi has scouted that or not.
Yeah.
Which is now enabled thanks to that cape in the right of left side Swamp.
I have no clue who I would consider in the lead at this point, honestly.
I feel like it's probably still Pi, but as soon as he misses his chance to go into Eastern after Pod, then I think it's a complete toss-up.
If Pi does not go into Eastern immediately after Pod, I think this swings back in Knucks' favor, 100%.
Yeah, it's not that there isn't a leader, it's... there are a couple of outstanding things that are going to determine who that leader ultimately is. Right now we have Schrodinger's leader.
I don't think Poke and TR would make a difference.
No, I wouldn't say so.
I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to do mirrorless Smith Chain. I certainly don't.
2 butter spins when we have the silvers. Okay, that's a choice.
If you're not sure that you can hit the silver hit the first try, I think it is faster to just do the 2 spins. Like if you don't have the lineup set for that.
Yeah, I don't recommend spending 17 sticks trying to do it, that's for sure.
Alright, Pi, what do we got? I mean, it's got to be
Probably
pod. It's
I would
got to
have
be
to think
pod.
pod.
Yeah, there's really no reason to do anything else here. It's just the question is, do you dip into Eastern afterwards? And to your point, Pi has been extraordinarily thorough this seed. So it would be a little surprising. Well, extraordinarily thorough minus the front of Skullwoods.
And if that's the skip hill you want to die on, so be it. I'm not against that. It's you have to go up there and make a whole bunch of screen transitions and go to the underworld a couple of times. I understand, but yeah. Given all of the other thoroughness we've seen out of Pi this seed, I just don't know why that's the one skip he's willing to make.
Well, so, I mean, Pi has been thorough, but he's also been making sure that he can full clear all his dungeons before touching them, right? Which he cannot do with Skullwoods right now, but can do with Eastern. So, maybe that's the difference here.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, what Knucks does not want to find in TR is any... I mean, yeah, the book would pull him away from Mir a little bit longer, and I guess there's not really that many side quest items we can really find, because we know where the powder is, and Knucks obviously can't get that.
Yeah, I guess book, because you don't have Mir, you are unlikely to loop back around for an Ether.
Yeah, like no one's gonna go climb again just for that, right?
Yeah, and you can't get to Bombo's tablet, so literally the only thing it lets you do is get into a crystal dungeon that you need to beat eventually anyway. The health situation for Knucks looking a little precarious here as he gets onto Laser Bridge.
Yeah, no invincibility items at the moment, so do need to be a little careful here. Do have red mail though, so it's not an instant death if you get hit by the laser. Alright, Pi is not going into Eastern. Pi, why aren't you going to Eastern?
Okay, well, now we have a race.
It's gonna check Pyramid Fairy here.
I don't hate it, you just gained access to it.
I hate it. Why aren't you doing Ice? Or Eastern?
Didn't quite get the full backdoor there on Trinex, but nice attempt by Knucks. That's something that I still won't even go for. I just mess it up too much. Phase 2 cleans up nicely, and it's just 5 rupees, so yeah, not a book to draw him away. The Smith sequence is staring Knucksman in the face here.
Really all that's left. And then that's going to just immediately put Knucks in go mode, so... is a couple dungeon clears behind Pi, so Pi has a little bit of time here, but not that much. Especially if Pi decides to go up the mountain next, which, I mean, given that he has decided to avoid Eastern, it seems to make sense. And on... Going at 3. Oh, he's gonna do Front of Skull Woods first?
Skull Woods.
I don't understand this, honestly.
You're willing to do Front of Skull Woods, but you
didn't want to do Eastern? Yeah, I don't get
Eastern
it.
When you're right there, yeah, I disagree.
And if Pi goes up the mountain, I think this is over. Because the key well, actually, I didn't catch where the big key was. Was the big key in Chain Chomps? In TR? Oh, this is Graveyard Ledge?
Big key was on the fire side.
Oh, it was? Okay, so Pi won't be able to get that far in TR, but... Still, it's an extra mountain climb. This is so... Like, I don't understand. Why are we doing these slow onesies and twosies when you had Eastern right in front of you?
Yeah, if you were willing to continue gambling ABCD, go beat Hera, and then dive into the front of TR...
Right.
I could respect that play. It's not the play that this particular seed wants, but I could absolutely respect that as an entirely reasonable play.
Yeah.
This let's go to
Graveyard Ledge? Yeah, I don't understand this at all.
Is it Gil and Gil's honor? Is that what's happening there?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible he's in the mindset, and I don't think this is a good mindset to have necessarily, is, oh, if it's an Eastern, I've already lost kind of thing. But, like, with it being a pendant Eastern, I don't think that's the right way to think about this at all.
Yeah, pendant Eastern with super late bows, like, yeah.
So, Knucks is seconds away from go mode here, essentially. Pi's going to do Hera. This goes to show, whenever somebody says, oh, game's over, don't listen to them, because they don't know.
Especially not when there are still items on the table.
Uh-huh. Alright, and there is official go mode for Knucks now. So Knucks just needs to clear Pod, Desert, and Swamp. Pi's going to finish up Hera here. Pi just needs to do TR, but needs to get to that Fire Rod. Also, Pi willing to skip the big key here, which, I mean, is going to save him a little time over Knucks.
Provided he doesn't go back for it anyway.
If you're not doing it immediately, I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going through Pi's head right now, so I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he's probably going to go looking at DR here, but he's going to get stopped very quickly. And then, if I had to guess, I would guess Pi's going to do Front of Skull before doing Eastern. Oh no, we're going back in. Okay, well, we're just going to do literally everything possible except for what we need to do.
Yeah, and Knucks really is in the go mode portion of the program here. Has already been into...
Yep. Pod just goes straight to the boss, gets the go mode Swamp, which is going to save him a ton of time over Pi.
Did he do any kind of a potion camera unlock or a mimic clip? Because I'm pretty sure
No.
there was
enough
key
keys in
over
it.
there, so he's gonna have to.
I don't remember what Knucks' key count was after leaving. I don't know if he had a spare one or not.
Yeah, we'll find out. He'll get there pretty soon. Well, you see, this is what I thought we were going to get in the previous one with the silver arrows, and we're... Oop. Alright, clean that up with a butter sword. A couple of pats of butter. How you eat fried worms? Here we go. But Knucks is going to continue evening that crystal count back up there with that Landmola's kill.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would put Knucks in the lead at this point. Unless Pi goes to Eastern right now, I think I would put Knucks solely in the lead. No, we're gonna check Spike Cave. The good news is this means Pi's not going to TR, I suppose. But yeah, this Go Mode swamp saves so much time overdoing everything.
The problem for Pi at this point is that Turtle Rock is just a long dungeon, even in quote-unquote Go Mode.
Yep. I mean, does get to save a little time. Doesn't need to do Mimic Cave, which Knucks did. I wasn't paying super close attention to the key layout, so I don't know if Laser Bridge was skippable or not.
Laser Bridge had the final key, and it was key for a key in the vanilla.
In the lava chest, yeah. Oh, Knucks didn't do Mimic. Oh, right, because he had no mirror, so obviously he couldn't do Mimic. Duh. And yeah, Pi, as expected, going to Skullwoods first. So we are going to last location that Fire Rod, and I think this puts Knucks squarely in the driver's seat for this seed.
Yeah, so in Turtle Rock, Pi will be able to skip Lava Chest, will be able to skip Big Chest, and if he wants to, can skip the last chest on Laser Bridge. Or the top two chests on Laser Bridge, depending on which direction he decides to start from. Mirror was, in fact, on the Smith turn-in.
It is odd why Pi didn't do Eastern after Pod. I agree. We will be discussing things after this is over.
We'll have him in for an interview. We'll ask.
He's already got probation from the last race I com, so maybe we'll be able to tack on a couple extra weeks.
And speaking of how fast some Go Mode dungeons are, Knucks already at Argus.
Blink and you miss it. It's a long blink, but, you know.
Good stretch first, and then you blink. At that
Hey,
point,
look.
you probably missed it.
Pi's fluting. You think he's going to flute Eastern? Oh my god, no, Pi. No! This is so bad! This is so bad! If you were going to do this, do it when you were up here for Hera.
Ah, this has been
6
a
months
series
probation.
Of choices, Gil. A series of choices.
This makes actual 0 sense. Anyway, Knucks heading over to Pod. We'll see if he's got a spare key.
I don't know that it's really a point of contention even at this point. It would
Oh,
just
I
be,
don't think so,
here's
but,
a
you know,
handful of extra seconds that
I
you
need
may
to-
have to spend.
I need to not look at Pie's screen for a little bit.
Nope,
Yes,
he's
does have
got
a
it.
spare key.
So just never do the bow lock side and save time. Easy game.
Now, what I'm sure going through Knucks' head right now is like, boy, I feel very behind right now, and is probably waiting to see the finish from Pie in the race room right now.
Yeah, feels like I absolutely beefed that that ether medallion location. I was super late to the mirror. I did the entirety of Turtle Rock when I could have go-moded it. I went in, I did Pendant Ice Palace, I pulled all 3 items out of there, I got absolutely nothing for the time, I cleared Green Pendant Mothula for nothing. I've got to be losing, right? That's just... You think I've done this many wrong things, I can't possibly be winning, just come put me out of my misery already.
Sometimes your opponent does more wrong things.
Yeah, sometimes your opponent's misery is worse than yours.
Pie is about to get stopped in TR here. Luckily for him, but again, it's... I think this is too far gone at this point. Pie is a mountain climb plus a TR clear behind. Oh, right, Pie can actually check Mimic Cave, so it's just gonna waste even more time. Rip.
And if the fire rod was in there, then he would feel bad, but he wouldn't feel that bad. Also, Knucks, the 2-bomb strat saves maybe a handful of frames if you do it perfectly.
2 bombs.
Doing the entire fight with bombs is not so much.
I think the bomb strat is silly. That's my professional opinion. Alright, and that is, I believe, crystal number 7 for Knucks.
That is crystal number 7 for Knucks, so he gets to go to Ganon's Tower. And, well, that means we're closing in on the end of the game.
Indeed. Six, 6, 7, 8, 15, 12, 12, 3. What does it mean?
I don't know, it's not 8675309, that's for sure.
Place your bets. There's an actual bot on this channel, so people can place actual bets here.
Real bets for fake internet points, like all of the other fake internet points.
Alright, so Pie is smartly saving... well, I guess it's... Yeah, I mean... I guess that saves a little bit of time. Saving the portal there. As
Given
he heads
that this
into
is
Eastern.
a hard last location for him, he knows he's not going back into the Dark World
Yeah.
anywhere else. You may as
Yeah.
well.
And luckily for Pie, the fire rod is also not too far in here. But yeah, I mean, Knucks is going to be climbing GT before Pie gets in there. Most likely. Unless the seed wants to troll us a little bit longer and stick it in.
You think
tile
anybody's... Yeah, you think anybody's behind enough in their own head to just make a tile roll gamble?
I don't think the tie room gamble is ever correct.
I don't don't think it is either. Toilet room gamble is a meme, but sometimes it works.
If you happen to think you are exactly 3 minutes behind, then yes, go for the tile room gamble. But I do not have the wherewithal to know exactly that. All right, and there's Pie's go mode. Probably doesn't feel great about that.
Just hanging out there in a Sphere 1 location. Could have had that 5 minutes in.
Imagine rushing Eastern.
Nobody rushes Eastern. I don't know anybody who doesn't. My teammates would never do that.
No, your teammates play very seriously. It looks like Knucks going for a little hope left here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a very normal route.
Two keys, but not the one we're looking for.
Yeah, 2 keys is plenty.
Pie? 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 What are you doing?
Nope.
What are you doing, Pie?
We've forgotten.
What are you doing, buddy?
Going back in the front door.
I only heckle because I care.
His own adventure there, trying to red rang.
Oh, that's right. Pie doesn't have the big key yet. Right. Okay. That makes sense. So then why even try to save the portal there? I mean, he mirrored so he could flute, but you can also mirror from in front of Mimic Cave. There's no point in mirroring in front of Spiral Cave if you're just gonna flute away.
Rando room, still no dice. This is just another Bwayne route seed, isn't it?
I mean, it's the best for a reason.
And that bonk is always the trickiest.
It's always very frustrating when you don't quite get it, because it's just like, whatever, fine.
I needed to be 1 pixel more up, so I tap up, I go up 2 pixels and go in
Yep.
and teleport instead.
Why is Pie? Let's look at Knucks' screen. There's a big key.
Oh, look, a big key.
So actual true DM would have been the best here. I wasn't counting. I don't know what number that was. I wasn't doing my
2,
calmly
3,
duties.
7, 8, 9, 13, 14?
14? That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 14 sounds right. Congratulations to all 14 guessers. And yeah, Knucks is, well, doesn't have that half magic, but I don't think that really matters. Pretty well equipped here for the climb.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's in his bottles anymore at this point, Tyler.
I don't know. I don't think Knucks made any trips to the potion shop.
I don't recall him purchasing any potions.
So I think he's got a fairy from the 3rd bottle that got picked up here, and that's it.
Which is probably fine. You're on Butter Sword Silver.
Yeah, I mean, you're
just
just don't spew magic here in the gauntlet, and you don't have to be too concerned about it.
High with the small key from number 3 there, leaving behind the last chest. There's not really anything there that he could want anyway.
No, I mean, Knucks is gonna also leave the chests up top here, because literally nothing would help at this point. Getting a little beat up in that room, but does have the fairy for safety if things come to that. Little nerves here, probably. I mean, and like we discussed before, if you happen to get all the items that you've gotten in the order that you got them, you're probably not feeling so great as you're doing this climb, but then if you're looking at the race room and you see your opponent still hasn't finished, that's when the adrenaline starts going. You're like, oh, is this possible? Could this actually happen?
My opponent's still probably going to finish any second now, but
right.
I'm halfway up the climb now, and he's not done. Okay, well, just got to keep playing the video game for a little while longer.
I usually close the race time room once I start the GT climb. I'll leave it open before then, but then once I hit the climb, I'll shut it down and just focus on playing. Alright, Pi collecting crystal number 7, gonna head over to GT. I think Pi's a hope left her, so we'll probably get this big key in roughly the same time as Knucks. Knucks being very careful with his magic.
Yeah, no, that was excessively careful.
Doesn't have the powder, so doesn't get a refill here, but it does have the fairy still, so.
Wow, way to sneak under that Moldorm.
That was
a clinch moment. And now we have a wizard. That looks like kind of an ugly pattern. I don't really want that. Yeah, one makes sense. 2 would have been nice, but 1 makes sense.
So, one and one right now. Low and steady.
He would have gotten that last one, but Aga was ready to leave. Already packed his bags and moving on to the next spot.
It's always the most fun when you get them so desynced that they're like on separate cycles.
Yep. We'll use that term fun very loosely here.
There are actually, 2 more matches coming later. Both of them game 3s as well for spots in the semifinals. So yeah, stay tuned.
And all that stands between Knucks and one of those spots is the pig.
We got Buttersword, we got Silvers, we got Red Mail. Little Buttersword dash strats here, why not? Yeah, it doesn't have to worry about that health anymore. That is, we're through the difficult phase. If you can even call Buttersword phase 1 and 2 difficult.
I suppose that can be challenging. I remember a time when I was even worse at the video game than I am now.
Alright, and here's gonna be... Oh, just missing the double, but shouldn't make a difference here. This is gonna be sticker number 4. And yeah, I can we can see the cams on on our end of things, and like the look of surprise. I'm gonna just call it surprise or anticipation, seeing that his opponent was not finished, was pretty good there. So yeah, congratulations to Knucks Man, finishing in first place with a time of 1:39.47 and winning a spot to the semifinals of this year's Challenge Cup.
Hey, thanks.
Oh hey, Pi and Knucks are here. GG's.
Yes, we're both here.
Good game.
Surprise.
GG's pie.
GG's. What a race.
What a seed, what a seed.
As so many of them do. That seed had jokes.
Right? Just do the things, of course, right?
Yeah, just go to where the items are. Forehead. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the more back and forth games I have calmed in a while. That, like, advantage kept swinging one way or the other basically the entire time. I mean, it seemed, obviously, that Pi was in good shape picking up that ether in Thieves Town the first time through. But yeah, obviously things swung back in Knucks' direction because of that fire rod, so it worked out pretty well. But yeah, I don't know. How you guys feeling after that one?
I tried playing cute and avoiding pendants and just trying to be like as lean and smarter than the room, and it bit me. I'm just surprised that it was by a climb.
I wanted to just do my crystal dungeons and be done with it, but the game just wouldn't let me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, Pi, we noticed you were avoiding pendants for the most part. I mean, obviously you guys both did ice roughly at the same time, actually.
Yeah. And it was open so early.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with making that play before going up the mountain there. But what it really came down to was Pi, you not deciding to dip into Eastern after finishing Pod.
Oh, yeah. I should have. I was just thinking, like, it can't be an Eastern. Like, I was looking at the race room. I'm like, it's not done yet. It's not an Eastern.
Yeah, so we actually talked about that metagaming possibility, and I don't think makes... Given that Eastern was a pendant, I don't think you can necessarily
And not
assume...
even a green pendant.
Right, yeah, so, like, and you both completely avoided the entire Eastern area for quite a long time, actually.
And then my dumb butt thought, hey, Fire Rod could be in Turtle Rock. Let's just go into Turtle Rock.
And you're not wrong. And if you watch this back, I apologize. I may have been a little harsh at some points. But,
that
You may
key
have
logic,
earned it
though.
at some points, though.
Oh, no, I definitely earned it. I played, like, absolute garbage through, like, little micro screw-ups I've done.
But if you were going to do the TR play, you should have done it when you were up there for Hera.
Yeah. I was just pinballing in my brain. I'm like... Couldn't get a straight strat going.
Yeah, I mean, you had it. It seemed like you had the seed read pretty well early on, honestly. It just came down to... I mean, the Fire Rod wasn't a bad place, but you just ended up not taking your best opportunity to find it after Pod, and then...
Yeah. Like, and also, after Thieves, I was really thinking about doing Mirrorless Smiths. Like, I can just do Mirrorless Smiths and kind of run things around, and I should have.
Yeah. And on the flip side, too, kudos to you, Knucks, for making the play back into Thieves. I mean, at that point, there wasn't a ton left on the table for you, I don't think, but you had your best opportunity to go back in there before doing Smith Chain, and it almost looked like you were going to avoid it, but then doubled back and went in, and it ended up being the right call.
And to top things off, I was actually going to do Smith Chain after Thieves Town, but then I got Ether, so I went to Turtle Rock instead. And
Right. Which, I mean, makes total sense, honestly, given...
Yeah, you got 2/3 the way through that Death Warper, so before deciding not to do it, that was an interesting little roller coaster. Oh, is he just going to do it right now? Nope, guess not.
We'll just say I wanted to add suspense.
Oh, it was exciting for sure. You both put on a great show for us.
But yeah, so Knucks will be moving on to the semis to face Alex Joss 2, who was the first one to earn their spot, I believe, yesterday.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. Alex is a real good player, so that should be an interesting match.
I heard he was the French champion, so have fun.
Yeah, I believe he is, in fact, the current French champion.
And that's fine. I get to focus straight on the Cross Keys tournament starting this week.
Yeah.
Freedom for until Cross Keys tournament
That's
starts.
right. Well, you finish one tournament and then you immediately start another one the next week. That's how it works.
Well, see, that's the trick, and you had to drop out here because now even Knucks, even if you happen not to be victorious in the semifinal match, there's a bronze match, so you're locked in for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, so pulling double duty for a couple weeks should be.
Yeah.
That was my plan all along.
Brilliant.
It feels like it was 2 hours ago now at this point, but feelings on Bomb as your escape weapon.
I hate it. Will always hate it.
Yep, it's terrible. Also, GG's to Pi finishing up now on stream here.
Woo!
I mean, of starting weapons, it's probably not my best, but I don't hate it.
It's the one item where the most things can go wrong in escape.
Yeah, as you
that's
saw.
Burna, that's Burna for sure.
No, Burna's easy.
Yeah, Burna's easy. You just have to feather the magic properly.
Yeah, just don't be heavy-handed on your usage, but Burna's pretty easy.
Especially if you get rats dropping the magic, you just go up to the island and just turn it on for a second and pick up all the magic again.
Oh, well, sure, if something's in the magic pack, then it's practically free, but...
Yeah. But if you don't notice it, then you just don't go up to the island, and you don't really need that much magic.
Yeah, you do three activations in the front. You can pick up magic refill in the back. The first room of the back of escape has a small magic decanter, and then you're good for the rat. You're fine.
Yeah, and if you're really worrying about it, you just pot the big key guard.
Oh, you 100% bought the big key guard if you're not so right.
You do that anyway. That's faster.
Yeah.
And I guess it's less terrible with the boot start. See, I'm coming at this from the perspective of somebody who did it for the standard version, the standard-only version of this tournament a couple of years back, where you're also trying to get bomb information out of that 1 bar of magic that you're also supposed to get all the way through to kill the key rat with.
Yep.
That's why I hate Burna so much.
Just chasing down rats. It's the way of life.
Running around through the sewers, chasing down rats. That sounds like life to me. They call it the rat race for a reason.
Oh, don't give anyone ideas for a tournament mode.
Oh, actually, yeah, hold on. I gotta talk to Mike and Beer about a couple things.
That sounds like the kind of people you would talk to about those sorts of things.
But yeah, GG's again to both of you. Anything else you wanted to add about the seed or about the tournament in general? Or
No, CC's always a good time. It's a good, I feel, less stress tournament than the main tournament, since there's nothing really on the line, and you just get to have fun and meet new people and play somewhat fun mode sometimes.
There's nothing on the line for main tournament.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing on the line for main tournament.
Yeah.
I went in last year, and I was expecting to go 06 in group, and, well, I didn't. I won 2 games, so, hey, that was found money for me. There was zero pressure. There was more pressure in Challenge Cup for me this year than there was in main tournament last, and I lost 4 games.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
To be fair, you also got a pretty rough matchup to start there.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
When you pull another person who was in main tournament last year, well, that's
Yeah.
going to happen.
And also is looking to potentially be in the semifinals of the Challenge Cup this year.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be the match that's going to start here in, 40 minutes or so?
Just about, yeah, 4:10 Eastern, I believe.
Yeah, that would be Kasten that we're talking about. His opponent, Specky Specs, the discoverer of a clip that you can only do in a major glitches mode.
We don't talk
or in
about
casual play.
Yeah,
of course.
we're not gonna.
that.
We got thoughts.
Oh, don't we all? But hey, it's a thing that he's done that I've never done, and I've been in this community for about 4 years now. I've never
Indeed.
discovered a clip.
Too much pressure on that. You find one, and everyone else expects you to find a second one. And
Mm-hmm.
it just never stops.
And then suddenly you're Yuzu, and, well, that's a life of its own.
Yeah.
So is that my cue?
I think that's your cue, Tomaltalk. Thank you for doing all that back-end work. We'll give it to you for the CSR side of the wrap-up.
All right. So as they were just saying, we've got another one in about 40 minutes. Then another one about 4 hours and 40 minutes from now, too, which will be the other half of the semifinals there. So whoever wins the next one, and then it's going to play whoever wins the one that's 4 hours later. So thank you both to Mine and Guild for commentating, for picks, for tracking, to both Pi and Knucks for giving us a great watch. And I'm not rating anybody. I'm just going to kill the channel, let Ricky get in here and set up for the next one. And if you guys want to just hang around, go take a bathroom break, grab something to eat real quick, and come on back for the next one. Start that one up real quick. So, all right. Hope everyone has a good evening and enjoys the next race if you stick around for it.